welcome back to Sky Sports News, where we have some major breaking news.
Arsenal's clash with Manchester City once again delivered a contest brimming with tension, drama, and moments that will be replayed for weeks to come. Amidst the intensity of two title challengers locking horns at the highest level, one moment stood out as both a technical masterpiece and a statement of intent. It came through the feet of Eberechi Eze, Arsenal's summer addition, whose creativity has already begun to make its mark, and Gabriel Martinelli, the relentless forward whose instinct and pace turned a clever idea into a game-changing equaliser. That pass, threaded by Eze, did more than just set up a goal. It underlined Arsenal's growing belief that they can match City stride for stride in the Premier League's fiercest rivalry. The situation was fraught with nerves. Manchester City had controlled much of the first half, imposing their usual dominance in possession and probing the Arsenal defence with the patience of a side that has perfected the art of waiting for an opening. When they eventually broke the deadlock, it felt like a familiar script was unfolding. City, with Erling Haaland's physicality and Kevin De Bruyne's vision, had Arsenal scrambling, and for long stretches Mikel Arteta's men looked second best. Yet, as has been the case under Arteta's reign, this Arsenal team is not the fragile side of old. They may bend, but they rarely break. Enter Eberechi Eze, a player whose artistry has always demanded attention. His arrival at the Emirates had raised questions. Would he adapt to Arsenal's system? Could he bring his individual flair into a side drilled on structure and precision? The answer, on this day at least, was emphatic. His pass to Martinelli was one of those rare moments in football where time seemed to pause, every movement building towards a perfect release. Collecting the ball just beyond the halfway line, Eze carried it forward with his trademark glide, evading City's midfield press with effortless shifts of balance. What happened next was a vision few others on the pitch would have spotted, let alone executed. Martinelli had peeled away from Kyle Walker, sensing a gap between City's full-back and centre-half. It was the kind of run he thrives on, requiring a teammate with both the awareness and technical precision to find him. He spotted the space early and, with a deft flick of his right foot, carved open City's defensive line with a pass so weighted it was almost magnetic, pulling Martinelli into stride without him needing to break rhythm. It was not just the accuracy of the ball that stunned the Emirates faithful, but the confidence to attempt it against the reigning champions in such a high-pressure moment. For Martinelli, the rest was instinctive. The Brazilian's pace took him clear, and with Ederson rushing out to close the angle, he kept his composure to slot the ball low into the corner. The roar that erupted was as much about the beauty of the move as the importance of the goal. Arsenal were level, the belief restored, and in that instant the balance of the contest shifted. What made the moment even more striking was how it encapsulated Arsenal's evolution under Arteta. In seasons gone by, chasing a game against City often led to panic, forced long balls, or isolated attacks that fizzled out against Pep Guardiola's well-drilled machine. This equaliser, however, came from trust in their own style and the bravery to let individual talent shine within a collective framework. Eze did not play safe, he saw the run, trusted his vision, and delivered. Martinelli, meanwhile, showed the kind of ruthless edge that separates contenders from also-rans. The wider implications of that pass stretch beyond just one goal. For Eze, it signaled his arrival as a true Arsenal player, capable of influencing the biggest matches in decisive ways. Supporters have long admired his creativity at Crystal Palace, but here he showed that his artistry can flourish on the grandest stage, against the toughest opponents. For Martinelli, it was yet another reminder that he thrives in moments when the pressure is greatest, a player who relishes the challenge of turning half-chances into match-defining goals. Manchester City, for all their quality, were left momentarily stunned. Guardiola's side is rarely undone by such precision, and their defensive line, normally so compact, could do little against the perfect marriage of timing, vision, and execution. From that moment onward, City looked less assured, Arsenal more emboldened. The Equaliser breathed life into the stands and injected energy into Arsenal's pressing game, suddenly forcing City onto the back foot. As the final whistle blew, much of the post-match discussion inevitably circled back to that moment of brilliance. Analysts praised the technical quality of Eze'S pass, the awareness of Martinelli's run, and the sheer audacity to execute such a move against a team that punishes mistakes mercilessly. Fans on social media replayed the clip endlessly, dissecting every touch and angle, while pundits debated whether this was the moment Arsenal truly announced themselves as equals in this rivalry. Football, at its heart, is defined by moments like this. Goals can come from scrambles, deflections, or set pieces, but the ones that live longest in memory are those born of creativity, vision, and courage. Eze'S pass and Martinelli's finish combined all three, etching a new highlight into Arsenal's growing catalogue of defining moments under Arteta. What will linger is not just the result of the match but the symbolism of that equaliser. It was a reminder that Arsenal now have players capable of producing moments of genius against even the best defences. It was proof that their recruitment is not just about adding depth but about adding difference makers who can tilt the balance in tight contests, and it was a statement to Manchester City and the rest of the league: Arsenal are not here to merely compete, they are here to create, to inspire, and to win. When supporters look back at the season, that pass from Eberechi Eze to Gabriel Martinelli may well be remembered as more than just an equaliser. It could be seen as the spark that ignited belief, the flash of brilliance that symbolized Arsenal's refusal to bow, and the moment that encapsulated why football remains the most beautiful of games.